So to give you a brief sense of the rules, I have set up a 3-player game of Status Report. I'm going to walk through without other players, mostly so that we can look at all the cards face up on the table, we can see what everyone's doing, and why they might make the decisions that they make. We're going to be putting out some other gameplay videos that show us playing with friends, and while those will probably be entertaining to watch, not having everyone's information on hand might make it a little difficult to understand what's going on. So, in this particular setup for a 3-player game, you have one person playing the captain, one person will be playing the role of Icarus AI, and the last player will be taking on the role of DDO3. In this particular setup, DDO3 is our operative AI, and Icarus is our rampant AI. Of course, in a normal game, these would be face down where the captain cannot see them and nobody would know what they are, because if ever the captain can figure out who the operative AI is, they get to immediately end the game and win or lose, depending on if their guess was right or wrong. Each of these AI players is also dealt a hand of 3 cards from the casualty deck. Again, these are normally kept secret from the captain, but in this game, so that we can see what's going on, they are face up on the table. At the start, DDO3, the good guy, is holding 2 2s and a 3, while our rampant AI, Icarus, is holding 2 2s and a 1. So this is not a great starting position for the operative AI. At this point, once the game begins, the captain is sort of in charge of what happens. Their goal is to get through all 8 steps on their board before they hit 10 casualties in a 3-player game, or of course to figure out which of these AI is the good guy. They get to decide what happens, when it's time to move to the next round, everything. So, for the start of the game, the first order on their card is Status Report. During a Status Report, each AI picks and plays 1 card from their hand. So DDO3, the good AI, is going to play the lowest card available to them, which is a 2-cost casualty card. Well, Icarus, the rampant AI, is going to pick a 2-cost casualty card as well, even though it's not the lowest card in their hand, to try and kill off as many crew as quickly as possible and hopefully bluff the captain into believing that that is the lowest card in their hand. So, both cards are revealed simultaneously, and at this point the captain immediately adjusts the casualty count on their board, so in this case it goes up to 4, and both AI draw right back up to 3 cards in hand. So, our rampant AI draws a 3, while our operative AI draws an escape pod. These are pretty good because these will actually subtract 1 from the casualty count when played. The captain can now ask questions of either AI. He may ask what's in their hand, they may ask why they played certain cards, or what they think of other players. But none of those things, of course, have to be the truth, so really the captain is hoping to just catch someone in a lie at that point. The next step on the captain's board is when they really get to do something. So on screen, here the captain gets 2 choices. They could look at the top 2 cards of the casualty deck and either keep them on top or discard them immediately. Or, and this is what I'm going to have the captain do in this round, they could choose an AI and force that AI to tell them the sum of all cards in their hand. Now, both AI have played a 2. Who knows what the back and forth and trust situation is currently, but let's say it's just kind of a bit at random, and the captain is going to pick Icarus and force Icarus to tell the captain the sum of all cards in their hand. Now, because they played a 2, this AI is probably claiming that they're holding a hand of all 2s. That's the most likely scenario for it to be. So when the captain checks this, Icarus reports back that they are holding a sum of 6 cards in their hands, which is true. They're holding a 3, a 2, and a 1. This would also be true if they were holding 3 2s, so for the moment, the captain believes them. The captain is now ready to move on to the next status report, but DDO3 is going to interrupt the captain. DDO3 knows they're the operative AI. They know that Icarus is the rampant AI, and they're trying to prove it any way they can. So DDO3 is going to use their once per game ability. In DDO3's case, that means that during the next status report, you do not play a casualty card, but an AI of your choice must play 2. In a 3-player game, there's only 2 AI, so DDO3 is not going to play a casualty card this round. However, Icarus is going to be forced to play 2. That puts Icarus in a sticky situation. Now, they've probably claimed that they're holding a hand of all 2s, but in reality, they're holding a 1, a 2, and a 3. The captain goes to the status report. Icarus might play a 2 and a 3, or a 1 and a 2. It doesn't really matter. Neither of them are enough to get all the way to 10 on the casualty counter. And either way, the captain can deduce, based on the sum of all cards in their hand, that they have been holding a 1 this entire time. Now, a skillful player might be able to talk their way out of the situation. They might be able to convince the captain that they just drew the 1 just now before they checked. Let's presume, though, that the AI is not able to fast talk the captain. The captain isn't buying it, so the captain says, I think you're the rampant AI. chooses to use their power to, at any time, end the game and declare an AI as operative. So they'll turn to DDO3 and they say, DDO3, I believe you are the operative AI. DDO3 triumphantly reveals their operative AI function card, and the captain and DDO3 have won the game while Icarus is removed from the computer system. So that is an example of a short 3-player version of the game. Be sure to check back later. We're going to be adding some more Kickstarter videos with us playing in the larger variants of the game with 4 and 5 and, of course, 6 and 7 players, where we'll get to add the science officer. So look forward to that.